Welcome back to Satisfactory. We're about ready to start putting out the generators, but I did notice one other thing. We have this other drone port over here, which is handling my sulfur drone, and I was fueling him with normal fuel, and I need to arrange for this guy to be using the new red fuel. So we'll do that. And he also needs to get some red fuel from over there. So I need to get a belt in. I'm assuming I can just come down from here. And I'm just going to go right across on ground level. That's in the wrong place. There we go. So we need to head over that way. And I'm just going to take it over, put it on grid. Where are we headed? We're headed over there. Welcome to Spaghettiville. So, need a smart splitter here. Actually, I need a smart splitter. By setting this up with setter output any and write output overflow, it says that absolutely our priority will be sending fuel to our drone that goes and gets sulfur. Now we are kind of deadlocked right now. We are not using enough fuel to create enough byproduct, to create enough canisters to create our packaged fuel yet. So I actually do need to have the fuel generators out to make this all work. So that's the next step. Blueprints. Fluxo generators and Fluxo fuel connections. 0, 9. These are a blueprint that Fluxo did on his YouTube channel. And I think they are just gorgeous. Now we need to put 36 of them down at 100%. Or I can overclock them to 250%. And put down, say, 16 of them. What I am going to do is I'm going to put another one of those roadway tiles thingies in on the right here. Oh, and this is off by 1. Ooh, oops. Anyway, we're going to do that. Okay, I haven't stitched all those together yet. Interesting. Okay, let's go down the middle here and make sure all of these are connected. Probably what happened was I was connected around the outside. Okay, so we've got some of it done. And here's where we stopped. So we still haven't decided whether I'm going to be overclocking or building out the whole array. If I go here and I say OC250, it will regenerate turbofuel power. And this says I need 15 of them at 237. I need 16 though. So if I do 230, it will go down to 16 at 222. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So 16 is going to be 4x4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 there. I may come back later on and take away the overclocking. This allows me to get the array down without going back for a lot more resources. We'll still have that space reserved. Okay, blueprints. We need this 4x5 base plate with power below. This is what I'm putting underneath the power guys. Need to start with the 4. And that's as much as I'll put in for the moment. And we're only doing this down the middle, right? So you connect there. Now we go out to the middle. And there's all those. And now we put the rest of these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this guy is wrong. This guy is wrong. Okay. Oh, and I should have updated the blueprint to put in the power shards because you don't copy paste with these things. Let's see if I can do that. Builder special blueprint designer. Down here? Down here. Load blueprint. Ellipso generator. Oh, it was made into 4x4. Okay, right. Okay, put down the print designer of the appropriate size. Load blueprint. And all we want to do is put in those items and overclock it. Okay, so now we need to pick these guys up and put down the right one. Take from inventory before depot. There we go. And blueprint. Oh, bro. Let's make sure that actually OC'd it. That little dodge is necessary because you can't copy settings on these guys. Two, three, four. Now it's easy to place these for me. I'm placing them on top of a blueprint that is big enough, and it centers the new one above the old one. Now this power needs to go down there, so we need to actually get rid of these temporarily while I run power. Not. Oh. Power for these guys just from you. You go straight down, and I'm going to tuck you into the middle, even though that's not exactly right. I think that actually needs a wire through the middle here. I'm willing to accept that. And if I decide I don't like it, I can always come back and fix it later. Heard that do something. Yeah, that did the wrong thing. Look it up correctly this time. All these guys are overclocked. And indeed, I am overflowing my inventory with stuff. take from inventory before the depot. I bet you I picked up a power line or something and got an extra little wood thing in my inventory that took up a slot that wasn't there before. Whoops. These guys need to go away because they're not overclocked. There we go. So now we need to deliver fuel, and we need to fill in this stuff. Right, that should be able to go this in here. That off and put this in. There we go. Got some space in between them. Got some space to walk down here. This is going to be where the fuel goes. We've got enough space in here, even with the fuel thingy, which is going to head out, like, I think here. Yeah, that's good. You can actually put these in either way. I think I like this way. Okay, got those. Now I come in here and I'm going to bring up my logistics. I'm going to use clean Mark 1 pipes to connect these guys into the center. Now I caught this having a Mark 1 pipe buried inside it. I don't remember whether I fixed it or not, which is one reason why I orient it the way I do. Because Mark 1's going to each individual machine are not a problem. These guys even overclocked. It doesn't say, but these are going to be running. I think. Oh, wait a minute! Turbo fuel's even less. They would be running 20. Normally 20 fuel, 50 if they're overclocked, and this is 8 seconds rather than 3 seconds. So some ratio, which I don't want to be thinking about it while I'm doing this. And then Mark IIs with indicators in the middle. But I do want to be able to glance at this array and know what is going on. So now these two need to come from over here. I think I'm going to bring it down the right-hand side here. We're going to bring it to here and make the turn. And I'm going to go to, come on. That. And H, and then we're going to nudge it until this is perfect. We're going to pick it up from below. Junction in here. So let's not put an extra support in. Going to there. That goes to there. We've got plenty of head lift. Bring it to there. And to there. Whoops. Oh. Helps if I actually look before I place. There. That's on the proper line. There's our turbo fuel filling the line. We now have 16 turbo fuel generators. They are running at 250%, which means that they will periodically stall. I think I should have set these to 220, and I'm going to have to go edit them all. 222.222, also known as 2000/9. And I probably should run them a little low. Let's set them all to 220. That way we don't use up exactly all the fuel. Should have thought of that before I revised the blueprint. But I don't want to pick them up and put them down again. Of course, I could have just adjusted the one in the back so that it added up properly for the two in the back. Okay, he's got fuel, but no power, which means his power didn't get connected right. Or I haven't been. Yeah, I wasn't patient enough. Now, if these guys at 250, ones downstream will tend to be starved, so we want a little excess fuel in the system. These can be 550 megawatts per. So we're doing 8.8 gigawatts out of this array. Assuming they all fuel up, and looks like we are stable. Our current production is now 30 gigawatts plus a little bit. And we're getting that decent power boost from that little alien tech back on our base. And with this consuming fuel properly, we should now be producing our byproduct regularly. Let's get this painted, and we can go look at what's going on. Just painting the fuel lines. I am not going to be repainting anything on the generators themselves. And I think paint those. Yeah, let's paint these red too. I was tempted to paint these black to match the fittings on the generators. I really do want to paint that little orange bit in there. Just didn't look right. Yeah, it's interesting that the production of my containers depends on having the fuel being consumed. I probably should have had a separate factory or power separated from the making of the jugs, but it was too good, too close. Okay, so now I see more resin coming through. Looking at the upper left-hand corner, we see that we should be running 200 polymer resin a minute. This belt is running 780. That could be 200. So if these guys are running it at 100% or nearly 100%, we're good. Looks like it. The other thing to check are our packagers. They are also running at high percentages. These guys are running at decent percentage. This fuel line is now full, which means that our supply of sulfur over here is getting properly fueled, and we are pulling from it. So eventually this drone will go back and get more. It's probably a fresh load he's got there. So that gets us working drones at high speed. Who owns this drone? This end or the other end? I think it's the other end. I'm going to have to go back to the other end to get his stats, but he's flying back there now, so we should be good. His round trip time is going to be very long because he has to wait for basically all of the sulfur he brought needs to cycle into the machine before he can run it through. At some point I'm going to have to start picking up all the uranium, aren't I? So we are here. Drone port says this uses 16... Oh. I'm going to grab some packaged turbo fuel and put it in here, because he may have picked up some packaged turbo fuel from here. What happens if he runs out of fuel? What happens if he has one kind of fuel, he doesn't have enough to get back? Ooh, I see another. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to go down and see if there's a disk drive in there that I can decode. Ooh, pressure sphere. I really ought to go do some more exploring. I did a once-over, but clearly I didn't get everything. Hello, Mr. Disk Drive. Another one we just walk up to and open. You go in there. What else can I put in? Mercer Sphere. Remains. Oh. Yellow slug. I could go off and just keep exploring forever on this one. So he's done a little bit more stuff. I don't need fuel on both ends, but if he had the wrong kind of fuel here, okay, so now he has proper packaged turbo fuel here, 16 per trip, 6.6 per minute, 200 items per minute on the other end. So yeah, this is tracking along with what we expected. So I'm going to call it here. And we will pick up with whatever is next now that we have turbo fuel and drone ports with packaged turbo fuel ready for drones to pick up and use. I will see you in the next one.